Welcome back, and in the previous video I gave this formula. Remember, required for CT purpose also. Determinant value of a scalar multiple to a matrix is equal to, it is k raised to n into determinant value of A, where n stands for the order of the matrix. So already determinant definition we come across. The matrix should be always a square matrix. So I can take an example. Order can be 2. It is 2 cross 2, 3 cross 3, which we call it as order 3, order 4, and so on. So to begin with a few simple questions based on this formula. If A is a 2 cross 2 matrix, that means n value is given as 2, such that determinant value is not equal to 0, the value stands. And if determinant value is 5, then you have to find out the value of 4 is multiplied to the matrix A, and then its determinant value, which we say determinant value of 4 times the matrix A. So when this question is given, this question can be given for 1 or 2 marks question. So to begin with, here you'll be using this formula. It's determinant value of k into A is equal to, claim the formula here. So where I should say k value is scalar, which has to be multiplied. It's given for us, it is 4. N is the order, which they say it is 2 cross 2, which will be accepting it as only 2 here. And determinant value is already given to us, it is 5. So you have to put the value here. Of course, k value is substituted here. And to find out this value, it is 4 square into 5. 16 5s are 80. Got it? So the data what they have given is sufficient to go for to find out the determinant value of such a resultant matrix. Got it? So the relation stands. So one more pattern they can ask the question as, if A is a 3 cross 3 order matrix, n is given as 3, such that determinant value is not equal to 0, and they also give the relation determinant of 3 times this matrix A is equal to k, some unknown term is given, into. So don't get confused with this k and this k here. This k in the formula, I am mentioning it for scalar multiple. So already this 3 has been used here. So this k is, take it as x now. It's unknown term because further they say find the value of k. So as it is, I have to claim the formula here. According to formula, I should say k value is 3. According to formula, I am claiming the order is 3. So n value is also 3 here. So according to given data, what they say, this should be actually equal to, okay, by observing also you can find it, okay. So I should say it is according to the given data, formula wise, it should be 3 cube. K value is 3, scalar multiple, order is also 3, so I should say it is 3 raised to 3 into determinant value of A. So I find the result as 27 times determinant value of A. So when the whole term is compared with this, I find k value is 27. K value should be 3 raised to 3, 27. So it's not compulsory you have to write all the steps, it depends upon the marks. You can just by observing also claim the formula, instead you can write the value k is equal to 27. So next question I given here, if A is a square matrix of order 3, write the value of determinant value of 2 times matrix A, where determinant value is equal to 4. So almost the previous pattern which already discussed here. Scalar, k value is 2, order is 3. I should say 2 raised to 3, 8. 8 4s, determinant value is 4. We have the answer 32. So write the steps and conclude the answer. Okay, it's a homework question given to you. So next question here we find, if A is a matrix, find the value of 3 into determinant value of A. So don't get confused with the formula, read the question carefully. See, scalar is 3 is multiplied to determinant. Determinant is always some value. Got it? Whereas the previous formula we had discussed regarding any scalar multiplied and then determinant value. Any scalar multiplied and then determinant value. This relation stands. Got it? So read the question carefully. Whereas here 3 is multiplied to determinant value of A. So you don't find any formula for this. As it is, you have to go for determinant value of A na first kaniditira. So I should say it is, again you can write the determinant symbol, and then I should say go here we find the value 3 to the 6 minus 4, we find it to be 2. So back to the given question, 3 is multiplied to determinant value, 3 into 2, final answer should say is 6. Alright. So one more important question here we find the value of x, or the question can be given solve for x. So the question is accordingly here, they say determinant is equal to determinants. It's an equation given. So you just can't say 3 is equal to 3 ಹಾಗೆ x is equal to 2 ಹಾಗೆ x is equal to 4 ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. This can be done only in the previous chapter which already were discussed matrix ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So shortly I'll be discussing regarding that also. So see the question properly. Determinant symbol or matrix symbol. Matrix symbol idre matra by comparing you can do. I hope you remember. In matrix also we have done it. But right now determinant ಗೆ ಒಂದು value ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Determinant ಗೆ some value we are getting. That value is equal to this value is the given equation. So let's go for expansion here. We find 3, expand it first. Don't compare. I'm warning you. So we find here 3 minus x square is equal to, it is 3 minus 8. So solve this equation. We are left out with 3 minus x square. The result I should say is minus 5. We have minus x square is equal to, we have minus 8. Minus has been eliminated. So x value is plus or minus 2 root 2. So both plus and minus, both the answers are to be accepted here, unless and until they will not give it for where x is a positive integer or x is a positive real number. You are not supposed to neglect the minus sign. Whatever the term comes, accordingly have to accept it. Second question I given here. See, please read the question carefully. It's determinant. Some value is equal to some value. That values has to be compared, not the arrangements. Be careful, we are dealing with determinants. So I find here 2, 4 and this is 5, 1. So let me go for expansion. We have 2 minus 20. We have 2x square minus 24. Simplify it. You find the whole equation solved for x is equal to plus or minus root 3. So before I go for third and fourth question, let me go for this question. This already we have discussed, but I'm reminding you. Find x, y and z if, please make a note. See what's the difference between this question and this question which already I discussed. Determinant, this is matrix. Matrix. So matrix al equal antanu bekadre we say the definition, first row first column should be equal to first row first column. First row second column should be equal to first row second column. Isn't it? Similarly, second row first column and second row second column, we compare the arrangement. It is arrangement, but this is value. So example, see the question properly. So if this is a question given, then this question is given from matrix chapter. If this type of question is given, this question is given from determinant chapter. But either of the data, you find the same heading, solve for x. So if this question is given, I think one line you can conclude the answer here by comparing. I find 4 is equal to y or y is equal to 4. I find z is equal to 3. I find x is equal to 1. Okay, 5 is equal to 5, need not to mention. This is how matrix will be taken, but determinant accordingly. So third question I given here, I hope you can make out. So determinants are equal. So please make a note. Please go for expansion. You find the value x is equal to 2. Solve it on your own. Give a pause and then you solve it on your own. So one more question I given here. The answer, final solution I should say, it is x equal to plus or minus 6. Solve it on your own. Okay. So 4 questions and matrix question. Okay, few I have taken here just to make the difference and to give a clear picture. And in exam, no one will be there to tell you. So after giving the question paper, read the question paper properly. Matrix symbol and determinant symbol. Symbols play an important role. You have to see the symbol properly and analyze it, which type of question they have given. So I was here with again find the value of in solve for x, y, z, and this is matrix once again. So obviously I have to compare x plus y is equal to 6. 2 is equal to 2 is not required, whereas I find 5 plus z is equal to 5 by comparing. So we have xy is equal to 8. It is matrix. So I should say it is y is equal to, I have taken here because these two equations I need to solve. And this has already concluded the answer, z is equal to 0. But y is equal to 6 minus x I have taken. This is substituted back here in this relation. So we have a second degree, a quadratic equation, x square minus 6x plus 8 is equal to 0. The factors available, x minus 2 and x minus 4. Factorization method, you can go for it. And finally, I find if x is 2, then y value is 6 minus 2, 4. If x is 4, then y value is 2 with this relation. So let's conclude the answer. Solution is, if this is a possibility, x is 2 ತಗೊಳ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ y 4 ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. Z ಯಥಾ ಪ್ರಕಾರ it is constant. I mean it will not vary. It is 0. These values also not vary, but depending upon the data, the two possibilities of x which will make us to go for two values of y because we have a second degree equation. So I was here or anta baritira ille and antalla, or x is equal to 4, then we have y is equal to 2, obviously z is equal to 0. So this is how you conclude the answer for matrix question and determinant already we discussed. Correct? So these are also important questions which you can expect in exam. So followed by given solve for x, determinant is equal to 0. Determinant. So solve it. Solve for x, determinant value itself is given as 0 and therefore solve it. You find the answer. You can just have a glance. The answer should say x is equal to -6. Got it? So after solving these all questions, now you people are eligible to go for first exercise of your determinant chapter, that is exercise 4.1, and this should be given as homework because almost all the questions I have already discussed. So let's have a glance what best you can do in exercise 4.1. See, evaluate. So determinant symbol is given, plus sign, minus sign. You know how to go for 2 cross 2. Determinant expansion, find the value. Similarly, these all questions, few I had done it here. So homework question. I hope you don't find any difficulty in solving these questions now. If A is a matrix, then prove LHS separate ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, RHS separate ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Got it? If A is a matrix, then prove that, show that. LHS, you know how to solve it. RHS, you have to conclude it for RHS and then balance it. See, evaluate. Find out the value. Plus, minus, plus. Plus, minus, plus. Okay? So, 2 examples. Solve them. Homework question for you. Followed by here, we have 2 more. And here we find if A is a matrix, then find the symbol. Find the symbol. It's a matrix. It is a matrix. Find the value of x if determinant is equal to determinant. Okay, one more question. And amongst the option, you have to select the answer. I hope now all the questions are easy and take it as homework. Solve this exercise. Okay. So after this, actually in your text we have the next topic to be discussed, properties of determinant. But afterwards I'll continue with this. But before I go for the properties, I would like to take one more important, one more concept shortly. Based on this, we'll be solving exercise 4.3. At the end, last topic, I'll go for properties. So here we have area of triangle. Now area of triangle, many times right from lower class, you people are learning the general formula. So general formula, I should say half base into height. Maybe in 7th, 8th standard, people have come across with this formula. And repeatedly, you will be using this formula. Isn't it? So in 10th standard also, you come across with the formula based on the sides. If 3 sides are given, A, B, C, then also you have the formula, isn't it? Where you say square root of S into bracket S minus A and continue the formula. Where S value is A plus B plus C by 2 was the formula given, if I'm correct. Of course, to recollect, in PUC first year also, you people have come across with the area of triangle in coordinate geometry chapter. In coordinate geometry, area of triangle was given to you. Cross multiplication method was given and then the formula was given. Isn't it? Now this year in second year, PUC second year, you people are learning area of triangle formula in vectors also. What's the formula given there? Come on, tell me, what's the formula given? It is half magnitude of A cross B vector. Square units. Where A and B are nothing but adjacent sides of a parallelogram, that half is taken for area of triangle. Isn't it? So in exam, you have to see whether the question is given with IJK, then and clearly they say that they are the adjacent sides of a triangle or parallelogram. Then the formula I have to claim it there. So IJK anta kottaga, please go for that chapter formula. And area of triangle, when such type of questions, okay, straight away the points, vertices are given to you, okay, then you can go for this formula. So all the question can be given as find area of triangle using determinant method anta kuda helabodu, vector method anta kuda they are going to highlight. Accordingly, you have to go for it. But remember, this time you have 2 formulas, 2 chapters. You are learning area of triangle, but it's not actually 2. Even in the integration also, application of integration also, there also once again you come across with the area of triangle. So overall in PUC second year, you'll be learning this formula in 3 chapters: vectors, determinants, and application of integrals. 3 chapters. Got it? So you have to balance yourself. Either of the case, methods are different, but answer will remain same only if the data remains same. Got it? So what's the formula here? If A is a vertex given, x1, y1, B given, C given, be the vertex of a triangle ABC, then its area is given by the formula. Remember the formula, it is area of triangle is equal to half determinant value. Determinant, I'm using same symbol. With the first vertex, x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Third row, it should be taken for 3 cross 3 order. And this formula matches with your PUC first year coordinate geometry. That formula. Got it? So I was here with 1, 1, 1. Third elements to be taken. Square units will be obviously to be taken for area. Now, okay, one more note I given here. If 3 points are collinear points, then what should happen? Then definitely if 3 points are collinear, all the points are lying on the same straight line, area is nowhere formed. Area is nowhere formed in the sense area should be equal to 0. Or the whole formula is balanced with determinant value, half is vanished because anyway answer is going to be 0. Instead you can take the condition as determinant value is equal to 0. Remember the collinearity condition. Remember the area of triangle formula. And please be careful, you have to mention units, square units. Should and must. Simple example I have taken here. Find the area of the triangle with the vertices 1, 0, 6, 0, 4, 3. It's a numerical point of view. Very simple. 2 marks question. Repeatedly we have seen the board exam. So you have to write all the steps carefully. Area of triangle, if you are comfortable, write the formula first. So I have taken the substitution part here. Half determinant 1, 0 first vertex, 6, 0, 4, 3, then 1, 1, 1. Go for expansion. While expanding, be careful about this half. You are not supposed to multiply half only for the first term. This half is concerned for this second term also, third term also. So to avoid the confusion, it's better you make use of flower bracket here. So that you will not take this 1 by 2, will not be multiplying this only for first term. So properly have to apply here Bodomos rule. So to avoid the confusion, it's better have a practice of taking flower bracket here. Got it? So I taken the flower bracket, expansion 1, determinant I am expanding of 3 cross 3 order, close it, we have 0, sign change, minus 3, minus 0, and anything multiplied to 0 will not make a difference, so I kept the bracket empty only, plus 1, we are left with 18, here, minus 0. So go for expansion, I find the result minus 3, the final last term I should say it is plus 18, so the difference, it is 15 by 2. Square units. Even you can go for decimal also, but not compulsory. Okay, if we'll get the minus sign here, calculation if will give you minus, then you have to put a mod sign because area will not be negative. So you have to put a minus bantu antandre, then take a mod sign and convert it back to positive. So if it's 15 by 2, positive 15 by 2 square units. The question is here, why we are expecting a negative and why we expect a positive? Because the vertices what they are given. Okay, if I locate them in our coordinate geometry, the location, and right now the first one what I taken, second one, third one what I taken, depending upon their anti-clockwise direction, the answer will be getting positive. And if the vertex sequence, if I taken it in clockwise direction, then the answer we expect here negative. But we know it very well, area is always positive. Therefore, we have to put the mod sign. Got it? So, irrespective, we will not be verifying the sequence and everything. Just apply the formula. If it goes for negative, be careful about the calculation. Negative, put a mod. Otherwise, positive, fine, good. Write the final answer, square units. Should and must. Got it? So, one more example I have taken here. The terms are 2, 7, 1, 1, 10, 8. Determinant expansion. Go with the expansion here. It's 2 kept as it is 1 minus 8. You have to practice it properly. We find minus 7, close it, it's 1 minus 10, plus 1, we find close it, we have 8 minus 10. By now, everyone should be perfect in expanding the determinant. So, overall, I find the answer 47 by 2 square units. Third question I have given here, give a pause, solve it. and then you can verify the answer. So finally I should say, okay, here this question we got minus 15, but you have to put a mod sign. It implies the vertices which you have taken, they are in the clockwise direction, the sequence what I have taken. If you locate them in the graph, definitely find the same thing. But we are not interested in that right now, only area. So I given a clue here, minus comes, don't worry, put a mod and say 15 square units. So 2 more examples, homework for you. Please solve them, and for a reference I given the solution. Just have a glance. One more question, show that the points are collinear. The points are given. So condition for collinear points, we know it very well, area should be 0. Determinant value is 0. So determinant value 0 and takshana hige barkondu equal to 0 and madle baribadi. Don't write the first step on equal to 0 because you are verifying this condition. Say this LHS and we expect the answer as RHS because I am saying it is condition. So write the condition is different from proving. Got it? So start LHS. First vertex 1, 2, 3, 6, minus 2, minus 4, 1, 1, 1. Expand it. If at all you get 0. Remember, if the question is show that, you will get the answer as 0. Okay, if the question is verify if the points are collinear, you may get 0, you may not get 0 also. It depends upon the points. Whereas show that and the question, definitely when you solve it, you find 0 and last conclude the answer. Given points are collinear, should and must. But first step is 0 and the you are verifying this condition, so it begin with LHS and it conclude it to RHS. Correct? So few more questions are given here. It's second question, 1, 4, minus 2, 7, 3, 2. Prove that the points are collinear. Prove that the points are collinear. So I went for LHS. It's A, B plus C, B, C plus A, C, A plus B, 1, 1, 1. So don't get scared. Just go for expansion. A kept as it is. Close it, close it. We find product C plus A. B kept from the minus. We find A plus B. Minus of B plus C. 2 terms are there. Take a bracket. Close it, close it. I find B minus C plus 1. I find B into bracket A plus B minus C into bracket C plus A. Then go for expansion. I have done it for you. Bracket and be careful of the minus. I find the B plus C, B minus C formula. B square minus C square. Go for expansion. Okay, all the terms gets eliminated, and lastly I can conclude it. Given points are collinear. There's one more option, provided if we are learning, if you are already at the end of the chapter, anyway you'll come across with the properties of determinants. I repeat, properties of determinants still I have not discussed, shortly be discussing. If that is the case, then one more solution you can go ahead here. All the terms to be taken accordingly, what earlier are taken. So in determinant we have one property. If 2 columns or 2 rows are identical, determinant value will be 0, a property. So to fulfill that, I find this A, B, C and I find all the terms here. What I have done, the modification. This already people have come across in matrix also. Column 1 is replaced by column 1 plus column 2. Column 1 has been changed by column 1 add column 2. So A, this is column 2. Column 1, A plus B plus C has been taken here as column 1 result. Similarly, B plus C plus A. Similarly, C plus A plus B, which I have taken A plus B plus C only. Column 2, no changes. Column 3, no changes because I am claiming for column 1. Once we do this, I find in column 1 all the elements are same, which I can extract it as common. It's once again properties only. Properties of determinant. So if I'll take it out, we're left out with the factor 1, 1, 1. Second column as it is, third column as it is. So once we come for this situation where I find C1 and C3 are identical, nodi, edu same ide. 1, 1, 1. You may have A, you may find ABC, which are identical. Then straight away I can say that determinant value of this is 0. Straight away. So this solution is also accepted, but to go for this solution you have to deal with one more topic, that is properties of determinants. And shortly I'll be discussing regarding that. You'll come to know regarding all these steps. But right now, even you can go for expansion, this is also valid. Finally conclude the given points are collinear. Got it? So two more questions we have to discuss based on area of triangle. 2 more questions still I have to discuss here. Then you people are eligible to go for exercise 4.3. So let me continue my next video. 2 more questions. So overall I can say on area of triangle, this formula, 4 types of questions we can expect. 4 types pattern. First, already I discussed, 3 points are given and you have to find the area. Second, which I am discussing right now, prove that the points are collinear. 2 more questions. In my next video, I'll be continuing. 2 more questions. Okay. So solve this question and be perfect. Thank you.